Very good morning, cadets. Hope you have gone through the previous video session. The previous video session we completed chapter number 1 from history. The chapter number 1 from history explains about how, when and where. Means we studied about division of history, and we also studied the classification of history by James Mill. Apart from that, the problems of Mill's classification of history also are completed. Now let us take up the first chapter of civics, that is the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution. Whenever we speak about a constitution, constitution is a fundamental law of the land. Like we have rules and regulations in school, the same way the country also run with certain rules and regulations. So those rules and regulations are explained in the constitution. That is what the very basic requirement of the constitution. Most of the democratic countries in the world, they have their own constitution. It is necessary that all countries that have constitution are democratic. Means there are certain non-democratic countries are also having the constitution, but almost all countries in the world is having their own constitution. So what is the purpose? Constitution serves several purposes. What is the first purpose? It lays out certain ideals that form the basis of the kind of the country that we citizens aspire to live in. So what is the purpose of the constitution? Constitution explains that what kind of country or what are the ideals of the country. For example, if you see the Indian Constitution, the preamble of Indian Constitution explains that we the people of India having solemnly resolved constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. This is our ideals: equality, justice and fraternity. So when we study a constitution, definitely we will come across what are the ideals of the constitution. That's what constitution tells us, what is the fundamental nature of our society is. So a constitution helps us to understand the nature of the society. So what is a constitution? So please write down. Constitution is a basic law of the country on which the government functions and people are enjoying their rights and liberty. So try to understand now one more point. Constitution helps serve as a set of rules and principles that all persons in a country can agree upon as a basis of the way in which they want to be in the country or to be governed. Now try to understand what is the meaning. So I said Indian Constitution clearly says that India is a democratic country. So it is very clearly mentioned in the Constitution that India is a democratic country. So ours is a democratic republic. The same way, Constitution help us to serve as a set of rules and principles that all persons in a country can agree upon as a basis of the way in which they want the country to be governed. This include not only the type of government but also agreement on certain ideals that they believe the country should uphold. So ideals of the Indian Constitution we'll study when we study the later chapters. What are the ideals of the Indian Constitution? You can see here in 1934 the Indian National Congress made a demand for Constituent Assembly. So Constituent Assembly is one of the committee which are involved in framing the Constitution. So in the framing the Constitution, two major committees played a major role. One is Constituent Assembly, second is Drafting Committee. During the Second World War, with this assertion for an independent Constituent Assembly formed only by the Indians gained the momentum and convened in 1946. So in which year the Constituent Assembly was set up? The Constituent Assembly was set up much before independence of the country. So Constituent Assembly was set up in the month of December 1946. So between December 1946 to November 1949, our constitution was ready on 26 November 1949. That's why recently now every year we are celebrating 26 November as Constitution Day. So constitution was ready by November 1949. Constituent Assembly drafted a constitution for independent India and to give the rule to the country. So between December 1946 to November 1949, Constituent Assembly drafted the constitution for independent India. So actually drafting work is done by the drafting committee led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So here you can see the photo in which Nehru addressing the Constituent Assembly. So these are all activities done in the formation of the or making of the Indian Constitution. Now let us understand what happened in Nepal. The country of Nepal has witnessed several people struggle for democracy. So that means you should understand Nepal was not a democratic country. So there were several struggles in 1990s that established democracy and lasted for 12 years until 2002. In October 2002, King Gyanendra, citing the Maoist uprising in the country as his reason, began taking over different aspects of the government with the army's assistance. So King Gyanendra overthrew the democratic government and established the kingship. In which year? In 2002. The reason he gave, which he gave that the Maoist movement is the problem, that's why the power was reduced. The king finally took over as a head of the government in February 2005. In November 2005, Maoists joined other political parties to sign 12 points agreement, and this agreement signaled a larger public inmate return to a democracy. So what happened? There was a huge protest by the people of Nepal for re-establishing democracy in Nepal. As a result, what happened? In 2006, this people's movement for democracy began gaining immense force. It repeatedly refused the small concession that the king made, and finally in April 2006 king restored the third parliament and asked the political parties to form the government. In 2007 Nepal adopted an interim constitution. So this entire paragraph explains that how the people of Nepal and the political parties, they protested against the king. Not only they protested against the king, and they demanded for restoration of democracy in that particular country. As a result, the king was forced to accept the demands of the people. So in April 2006, king restored the third parliament and asked the parties to form the government. So now what you have to understand, that a constitution plays a crucial role in laying out certain important guidelines that govern the decision making within the society. So constitution plays a major role in guiding the government as well as guiding the people of the country, or the people who makes the decision or decision makers. So in a democracy, we choose our leaders so that they can exercise the power responsibly on our behalf. There is always possibility that these leaders might misuse their authority, and constitution usually provides safeguards against this. This misuse of authority can result in gross injustice demonstrated in the classroom situation below. Now try to understand what this paragraph explains. This paragraph explains that we elect leaders. So we elect leaders. The leaders we elect, the leaders are authorized to exercise the power. Leaders who authorize to exercise the power, they should not misuse the power. So how they should not misuse the power means, that's the reason why the guidance is given in the constitution that the leader should work according to the guidelines of the constitution. That is what. So below a storyboard explains the situation. What does the storyboard explain? Suresh is class monitor. He is a bully. His classmates are not too fond of him. Mrs. Rao, the class teacher, has left the classroom on urgent work. She asks Suresh to mind the class. Suresh starts picking on Anil. Anil, today I am going to report to you to Mrs. Rao. But what have done? So when Mrs. Rao, the class teacher, returns to the class, ma'am, while we were away, you were away, Anil kept talking loudly and disturbing the class. He would not listen to me. What teacher says? Anil, you will have to stay back after school today and write. I will not disobey the class for disobey the class monitor 100 times. Ma'am, I did not do anything. Now what happens here? You see, class monitor absolutely misused the power or which is delegated or given to him by the class teacher. So this is what happened. This may be, you may be come across certain situation in your class also where the class monitor is threatening you that I will report to the teacher or the class teacher about your behavior. So that this is the possibility. Now In this situation, what happened? This often explained in a small classroom atmosphere. So when we take the example of a country, then definitely often there will be a lot of misuse of authority by the political power. We studied such a misuse of authority or misuse of fundamental rights in the previous class. If you remember the case of Om Prakash Valmiki. Om Prakash Valmiki was treated very badly by the teachers of his school because he belongs to lower caste. So discrimination done or faced by the Om Prakash Valmiki as he was Dalit, that is clear-cut violation of fundamental rights. So it's a clear-cut violation of fundamental rights by the teachers of Om Prakash Valmiki. So that is one example which of course we can quote, which we studied in the last year. Apart from that, the Indian Constitution guarantees the right to equality, right to religion, right to equality, no discrimination on the basis of gender, caste, birth, the right to equality on fundamental rights guaranteed by the Indian Constitution. So it's very important that the Indian Constitution provides the right to equality for all, irrespective of their social status or caste, creed, color, etc. So today let me sum up. Before summing up, try to understand the Constitution. So Constitution is the fundamental law of the country which regulates and controls the activity of the people as well as the activity of the government. This is one definition. Second definition, what we can say, the Constitution is the basic law of the country which provides rights to the citizens, or which makes the life of citizens more comfortable. So without Constitution, it is very difficult to run the government or the nation. So that's why it is always said that Constitution is the fundamental law of the nation which guides and controls both, means government as well as the citizens of a particular country. Please write down the important points. This chapter is also there for your monthly test 1. Take care. Wish you a wonderful day. Thank you.